Hi there, welcome to ShopCast number 27. This one is called Wee Things. I've been working with Jamie for a while, and she's expecting in September, and so I've been seeing a lot of little things coming off her needles pretty much on a weekly basis. She's done something new, and some of them are hanging out in the shop for a little while, and then I also thought that I would show you the samples that we've had on hand for a little while in case you or someone you know is expecting too. Now, I've got these ranked sort of from easiest to hardest in terms of the amount of skill and technique it'll take to finish one, a little bit of length and time, and I know I wanted to, for you, I'm suffering. I'm sitting in here, this is Tuesday night, it's the first night that it's actually been nice outside and it's sunny and lovely, and I have a pile of sweaters on my lap, so I'm a little hot and toasty, but hey, you're totally worth it. Alright, here we go. Up first. This is, I'm referring to my notes. If you see me looking past the camera, it's because I've got all of my notes up on Ravelry, so if I'm looking over there, I'm reading my titles. So this is the Milo sweater. Pretty, isn't it? This one is made in the Pear Tree 8-ply, and flipping over to my notes. No, I'm not, because that'll cancel everything. How about moving my window down? Sorry, should have planned this a little bit more. There we go. This is Milo by Georgie Hallam. I'll also say ahead of time that I don't know these designers for the most part, so I have no idea how to pronounce their names correctly. Please accept my apologies if I am completely butchering your name. So, it is available on Ravelry. It is $5 Australian as a download, and it's quick and easy. This is made top down, so you start up here, and you do increases to make your sleeves, and then you bind off for the armholes, and then you join, and then you keep on going. And there's a tiny little hugs and kisses cable. Isn't that awesome? The really cool thing, as Jamie's finding, about knitting baby sweaters is that they're really, really, really fast. So, sock yarn sweater. And this is another super simple one. I'm going to jump over to my window. There's a good chance this will stop recording. We'll find it. Alright. It didn't stop. Hooray! Okay. This is by Hannah Fetting. It's another super easy one. I rated this one a little bit harder just because it will take longer. After you've cast on to the top and you're heading down, you'll probably put these stitches on hold on each side of the sweater, and then you'll join under the arms, keep going all the way down, and then you go back and pick up a sleeve, head this way, pick up another sleeve, and head that way. This one's made out of koigu. Lovely, isn't it? And you can certainly choose from, the 100 or so colors of koigu we have up on the wall. Lots to choose from. Alright, next. This is the Tulips sweater. The company that provides us with this is Dream in Color. The designer is Lindsay Peckney. And this is worsted weight, which is kind of cool because it means it's done up even faster. This is another top down. This one's a little fussier in that you do color changes along the way. So color change, color change, color change. Once you're done all that, you pick up stitches there and do seed stitch sideways, and you pick it up here and do seed stitch sideways. And then you do I-cord all the way around the front, and then I-cord around the edge, including the little ties. I've made 2 of these so far, and this is my favorite kid sweater because it's fun to play with all the different colors. And it's pretty quick. I will say the I-cord isn't as quick as you'd like I-cord any finishing to be, but I really do like the finish on it. It's nice, it's easy, there's no buttons to sew. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. This is Lily's little sweater. This is one that Jamie has knit. So it'll be in the shop for a little while, but not much longer. She used black sewn tweed, so this one does indeed take worsted weight. We have this one, the sock yarn sweater is available online. The tulip sweater we can sell to you here in the shop. Lily's sweater we can sell to you in the shop. This one is by Carol Anderson and Joan DeBolt. And they're from Cottage, I'm going to double check that. Yep, Cottage Creations. So they have really cool booklets that really do a good job of walking you through every step. This one is cool in that it actually starts here at the hood edge and it goes back and forth as a hood edge, goes for a little while, and then you do a short row turn. You can kind of see, there we go. So you'll start knitting back and forth here, and it connects all these side edge stitches that you left live to this flap as it comes down. Sort of like doing a sock heel, not unlike that. And then you keep going and finish the rest of the sweater from the top down. One of the cool things about doing sweaters from the top down for kids is as they grow, you can actually undo your cast on and add, or your cast off, your bind off, and add more stitches as their arms are getting longer. And also, if that area gets particularly worn through, because that is where a lot of wear and tear and dirt happens, you can also undo your, or cut off your bind off, unravel and cast back on, or sorry, pick up the stitches and knit down farther in new yarn that doesn't look quite so dingy. So, awesome. And moving along, Jamie just finished this one the other day. It's so pretty. The buttons are from Button Button. We love Button Button. Don't know how to pronounce this. M-A-I-L-E, Maile, by Nikki Vanderkar. It's available for free online on Ravelry, and it's lovely. Jamie used Shelaz deer, and I believe it only took one skein. So if you do want to try knitting with some of that luxury yarn, make sure you're giving it to a parent who's willing to hand wash, or if you're not sure, ask us and we can help you find some stuff that's machine washable, just so unfortunate things don't happen. If you do ever give a new parent or an old parent, a parent, something that needs hand washing, I would recommend also giving them a little card that says, if you accidentally felt it, I won't hate you. Just to leave them off the hook so they don't need to feel guilty if by accident something winds up going in the wash and comes out being sized for a doll. You can also then offer to knit them a doll that could wear your beautiful hand knit sweater that's been felted. Alright, a local designer now. These are by Holly Yo. She used to go under Bees Knits Designs and Bees Knees Designs, and now she's just under Holly Yo. This one is done in Koigu, and this is called the Ruby Sweater. And this one is particularly cool because she has one pattern called 1, 2, 3, the other one is called 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3 is made for babies, and the idea is that you make one for each birthday. So they get a 2 on the front, they get 2 spots on the back, and they get 2 stripes on the sleeve when they're 2. And then when they're 3, they get 3 of all of those, and it keeps on going. This one's knit up in Cool Wool, which is a wool and cotton blend, so it takes DK weight. This one, most of her patterns are written in DK. Interestingly enough, this one was knit in Koigu, using both a solid for the body and then multicolored. But on her website it says it's DK weight as well, so you might want to ask Francesca about how we went about knitting this up in fingering, because I don't know how they managed to work something in a different gauge. So, interesting things happen here, you never know. Longtime favorite. These are by Elizabeth Zimmerman, the late, great Elizabeth Zimmerman. This one's called the Baby Surprise, and this one is waiting for me to take it home and get thread that matches the buttons to do some sewing. This one has its buttons and it's very happy. So this one was done in Koigu. I used 2 different colorways, so used the green and then added one of the other multicolors that had some of the same green in it. We don't have these exact shades in stock, but you can come and find lovely, lovely colors that go well together. And this is another one that's done in the Shelaz deer. Yum. I'm going to guess that it took 1, but I will double check and I'll put it on YouTube and Facebook notes afterwards, just so I don't mislead you badly. Elizabeth Zimmerman is a bit of a genius and really creative in her writing. So this is a pattern we sell in the store. It is confusing, so I will not suggest this one for beginners, but if you're adventurous, then go. I'll show you. Your cast on starts here. There's your cast on. Here's your cast on. Here's more of your cast on. There's your cast on to there. Whoop. And then you turn around and you knit back. And when you finish it all, you do only 2 seams, because the rest of it is done all in one piece. Crazy, hey? So the trick about this is that you do decreases here, and then when you've decreased far enough for it to be an armhole size, then you flip it around and you do increases. And when you're doing this whole thing, it's like this great big wrinkled mess and you have no idea what it is, but when you can fold it and flip it appropriately, it turns into a baby sweater. Very cool, very iconic. This sweater probably has more support online than any other sweater. So if you're looking for it, KnitWiki has advice on how to do Elizabeth Zimmerman's Baby Surprise. I've knit 2 of these in the adult size. So if you wanted to go to my Ravelry projects page, you could see the beautiful one I made for my mom. It's out of Mountain Mohair and Silk Garden. And the one I made for me, which is sort of the same yarns but in different colors. Like, yummy. So cool. Alright, one more Elizabeth Zimmerman. This is commonly known as the February baby sweater. And it's because someone made a February lady sweater based on the same pattern. The lady sweater is for free. This is not. It's available in a book called Knitter's Almanac. And this one we made out of the beautiful Alpaca Elegance from Green Mountain Spinnery. And I believe it's trimmed in just a little bit of pink koigu. But gorgeous. It's another top-down So start with garter stitch nice and easy, and then build into this fairly easy lace stitch. It is towards the end of the stack just because lace isn't necessarily appropriate for first timers, but don't let it scare you. It's an easy 7-stitch repeat, so it's like every 7 stitches you're doing the same thing over and over again. So easy to follow along. And last garment, this one has been in the store almost since day 1. So I just sewed on buttons because the buttons had gone for a walk. This is made out of Blue Sky Alpaca, the alpaca silk. It is called Baby Dress. Credit is not given to, oh, there we go, Joelle Merchland is the designer. This is another one we have for sale here in the shop. And this one is actually really versatile. A wore it when she was a baby, and then even as she was a toddler, she kept on wearing it unbuttoned as a little bit of an overcoat or a dress. And it's gorgeous, but lots and lots of details, shaping, stitches, picking up. So that's why it's towards the end. It's a little bit on the harder side, so I wouldn't, again, suggest that as a first timers, but lots of the other ones would be totally suitable for you to try as your first sweater. All right, last little bit are the blankets. Okay, this world famous blanket, this is called the Big Bad Baby Blanket. It's made, I can't even see the screen past it because it's so huge. There we go. I'm trying to show you that it's just basically a giant checkerboard of knits and purls with a nice seed stitch border. And this is out of the Stitch and Bitch book. So way back when, oh, I just completely forgot her name. Flip over there. Debbie Stoller is the publisher, and this is by Lisa Siobhan Mason. Sorry, not Siobhan. Shavana Mason. Trying to pronounce her name right. It's one of those Gaelic ones that has the B and the H that actually make a V sound. I think. I hope. Lisa, sorry if I'm trashing your name too. This was done with 8 skeins of koigu, and you just hold 2 strands together the whole time. For a less expensive blanket, you can use a single strand of any of the worsted weights. So the Dream in Color Classy or the, I just forgot her name, Tanis Fiber Arts. Her machine washable. If you want to go really inexpensive and make sure it gets hand washed, you could use Cascade 220 and it would be totally fine. The other route you go is with fingering weight, is holding 2 strands of the Louette gems together. Or if you want to go a little bit more expensive but still pretty cool, is do a strand of the Louette solids held with the coordinating strand of the multicolored Louette, or sorry, multicolored koigu. And it looks awesome. We've seen a few of those come into the store after people have picked out yarn, and they're really quite lovely. Baby blankets get done on circulars because there's so many stitches that they won't fit on straight needles. But they're cool. They're not fast, but, you know, easy, easy, easy. This one is another easy, easy, easy. I think I've shown this to you before. This is just garter stitch. So picture a really super wide garter stitch scarf. The only fancy thing about it is I cord all the way around, which gives a really nice edge. It's pretty firm and durable and awesome. And this is another one that's done sort of at a worsted weight, but we've done it in 2 strands of fingering yarn held together. This one is mostly, I believe, the Sweet Georgia Tough Love sock. There might be a shade or 2 of koigu in there, just depending on what was available at the time. And last but not least for the crocheters, the giant crochet baby blanket. This one was based on, and actually this one as well, these are both patterns off of the Pearl Bee blog. Pearl Bee is a sorry, Pearl Soho is the store in New York. It's quite fabulous, and then their blog is called the Pearl Bee, and they share patterns all the time. These 2 are both off of that pattern. I'll have links for it and all the rest of the patterns at the end of the show. But this is another one that's just made from koigu, and it started in the center out, and you just keep on adding colors and colors and colors and colors and colors. And ours is pretty interesting. These colors don't make my heart sing personally, but so many people come into the store and go, oh my goodness, I love those colors. It's like, right on, okay, like it's with different strokes for different folks and that sort of thing. But another one that kind of takes a while, and if you have a deadline, it's good, because otherwise, like me, this will just get piled off and never finished. You can see the yarn hanging on off the end because we haven't quite got through it yet. But if you don't have anyone in particular you're knitting it for, or crocheting for, it's a great one to have just beside you in the living room, pick up, do a little bit whenever you're there, and just keep on building slowly and slowly. It's awesome. Not in the fast finish category like the earlier sweaters, but still a beautiful gift for someone that you love. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. I welcome feedback on Facebook, on YouTube, or drop by the store. Tell us what you think. If there's anything you're particularly curious about in the land of knitting or crocheting here at 3 Bags Full, please let us know and I'll add it to a future Shopcast. Alright, have a lovely week. I'll talk to you soon.